Usually, before I go shaking my tits for the press, I like to go see how the professionals do it. Some might say the chief of police has no business in an institution like this, but in fact it's the quietest and safest place in town. You won't run into any reporters, nobody gets into any fights, nobody drinks too much, nobody even raises their voice. The place is owned by an elderly gentleman who knows how to keep things under control. That's why I never invite my friends here. I wanted to make an exception for my 60th birthday, but most of my colleagues are young enough to be my sons, and they'd rather just hire prostitutes. Why stare at some boobs when you can take the whole package for yourself? But there's none of that in our club. Even looking too long is considered indecent. You can get an occasional glimpse, like by accident. The rest of the time you just pretend that you're immersed in conversation, or just come by for a drink. Doesn't mean these gentlemen wouldn't want their bald heads smothered in tits. It's just that nobody says it out loud. My younger colleagues might call it hypocrisy, but I call it the good old-fashioned manners. Good manners and leave the rest unsaid. She agrees to unbutton her blouse, and we agree not to pay too much attention. The girls are on a quiet prowl, too. They're looking for a way out of their cramped rooms. Maybe make friends with some wealthy patron with a pacemaker and dentures. Everybody wants something. But we have to control ourselves, or we'll all turn into libertines and prostitutes. Hell, if there weren't any rules, I'd be belching and farting, jumping up on the table, arms held high, yelling, "Shake it, baby!" No idea how I got so barbaric.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. This is our very first video on this channel, and we're playing This Is the Police. I actually like this game quite a bit. I've never beaten it or even gotten halfway through. I end up losing because I'm a goody two-shoes. But I'm here, and this is our very first series on the channel. So, this channel is a PC gaming centric channel, which is funny and ironic because I don't own a PC. I just like the style of games that we're going to be playing on this channel, which is like tycoon games, simulation games, strategy games. That's what we're going to be playing on this channel, and to me that screams PC gaming. Hopefully I can get my hands on a PC soon, because I would love to play games that have just come out and aren't on console, so I can't play them. But I figured I would just go ahead and start our first series and do it with a game that has a really good console port. So we're playing This Is the Police. Yeah, let's go ahead and just get right into the story, shall we? This is a strategy game, but it's also got like a visual novel / comic book style storytelling. It's a really cool game, and I think it's a little underrated personally. So let's get right into this game, shall we? New game. Day 1, July 15th. Mayor Rogers, sex maniac, Mark War II, to be shown in Freiburg the day before the worldwide premiere by the mayor's personal request. City Hall confirms rumors of Jack Boyd's resignation. Let's go to work.
When I was a kid, my father sometimes told me at bedtime that if I closed my eyes and didn't open them for a long time, all the demons would blow away. Yesterday I turned 60, but I still take his advice. Not because I'm sentimental or want to keep the memory of my father alive. I just can't think of a better solution. To get away from all the demons that haunt Freiburg, I'd need to wear a blindfold 24/7. Plus, it's a good idea to act blind when talking to reporters. At least that's what my colleagues say. They're afraid of press conferences. But for me, it's more like a confessional. No matter what lies you tell, you're privately thinking the honest answers. It helps me remember who I am. The fact that I'll be reading all about it in the papers tomorrow is a small price to pay. Call it penance for the preacher. This is the first time I'm afraid of those answers my mind has given me. Not because I'm mad I'm losing my job. Though it's true, I'm mad as hell. Not because I subconsciously blame everyone else. Though I damn sure do blame them. And don't even ask me what my next move is. I can't imagine. But even that doesn't scare me. The worst thing is, I know I'm gonna have to do something. And I'll be damned if I know how far I'll go. I may have a lot of vices, but predictability isn't one of them. I learned a long time ago how to drive away the swarming demons. But what do you do when they're trying to rip your soul from your skin? Shutting my eyes tight as I can. The best solution remains the same: play blind. I just hope the reporters think I was blinded by the camera flash.
Good morning. Yesterday, the mayor's office officially announced your resignation. Did this come as a surprise, or did you know about it in advance? The mayor discussed it with me. Mayor Rogers told me that he wants a fresh face running Freeburg PD, so no, it didn't come as a surprise. Do you already know the name of your successor? Of course not, and I don't think the mayor's office knows who it is either. After the recent corruption scandal, your deputy Francis Kendrick said he was looking forward to resigning. If the mayor offered him your position, would that change his mind? Sounds possible. If he thinks the new office would help him serve the city a little longer. Although Kendrick was acquitted, many still believe that the police are cooperating with the mafia. Do you have anything to say about this? I've never worked with the mafia, but I can't speak for every man and woman in the department. I can't follow all my employees around the clock. Do you think your personal relationship with the mayor could be the reason behind your retirement? It's often difficult to say what guides policy decisions. Thank you. Yep.
How's the back today, Mr. Boyd?
Same as usual.
How did the press conference go?
You can read about it in the newspapers tomorrow. Don't let anyone in.
Even Mr. Kendrick?
Especially Mr. Kendrick. As soon as I heard the door creak, I knew what face I'd see. When I tell Emma not to let anyone in, there's only one man it could be. Rude, arrogant, no warning. That's Mayor Rogers in a nutshell. White summer shoes, white socks, white shorts, white polo shirt, and the white smile of a hungry shark. Mayor Rogers enters every room like he owns the place. Even the floorboards under his feet sound like they're creaking an apology. He never shied away from the odd corruption scheme. It's like the devil walks behind him. In the movies, the villains controlling the city play golf with the judges. Rogers plays tennis with them instead. That's about the only difference.
Jack, I was hoping to catch you after the press conference. You ran away so quick.
There's no smoking at City Hall. No reason for me to hang around.
Well, this morning I signed a ban on smoking in all public buildings. Soon you won't be able to smoke here either.
Soon enough, I won't be here at all.
That's what I wanted to talk to you about. The people of this city like you, Jack. The police chief of all people. Don't betray that, Jack. Don't get wrapped up in any schemes. Sit nice and quiet for the next 180 days, and you'll be remembered as a hero. That's the only thing that you still have left. Be the hero.
Then how am I supposed to scrape together a retirement fund?
You had a million chances to secure a luxury pension, one that even I would have envied, although I've never set aside any money for myself. I'm not planning to retire anytime soon. "180 days of quiet, Jack. That's all I need. I don't have any problems with you, and you won't have any problems with me. I have a new assistant, Troy Starr. If you have something to tell me, call him. But try not to bother him. He's a busy man.
I'll do my best.
And quit smoking at the office. One of my friends will be using it soon.
That guy's totally not working with the Mafia.
Oh, I'm sorry, babe. Only the mayor has this number. Mr. Mayor?
Yeah, is this Troy Starr?
Yes?
Go fuck yourself, Troy Starr.
He was screwing. Day 2, July 16th. Jack Boyd, only assholes join the Mafia, quote. Civil servant wages won't be raised this year. Cleanliness of the city streets increased by 20%. Go to work.
Cops don't use the police station cafeteria anymore. There's some kind of stigma against sitting shoulder to shoulder with your partners. Everybody just takes snacks from the machines or grabs a meal and hammers it down in the corner like a vulture on a corpse. The main thing? Don't look into anyone's eyes. Could be construed as an invitation to sit together. The only people eating here are ghosts. My deputy, Francis Kendrick. He recently became one of those ghosts. The subject of one of the most devastating corruption scandals in the history of Freeburg. No evidence to support the accusations, but everyone knows Kendrick's days are numbered. I need that file I asked for. Needs to be ready tonight. Francis didn't say anything, but I understood. Ghosts aren't supposed to talk. Besides, I got a feeling he was already finished.
Alright, so now we get into the gameplay. Would you like to receive tips about how the game works? I've played this game before. I don't know a whole lot about it or remember a whole lot about it, but I'm a 60-year-old police chief a few months away from retirement. I don't need anyone telling me how to do my job. Start the day. I really hope this music is not copyrighted. Alright, so hit and run. A married couple exited a convenience store and saw a van in the parking lot over a homeless man back over a homeless man who had been digging through a trash can. The driver jumped out to help, but once he saw that he'd hit a bum, he got back in the van and quickly drove away. Alright, we'll send Austin and Price on this. Alright, fight. The Last Picture Show Theater. The theater manager reports that during a showing of Citizen Kane, a drunk man attempted to force his way into the theater carrying a snowboard decorated with the word Rosebud. When he was denied entry, he violently attacked the cashier and is currently fighting with the theater security guard. Alright. We'll send you and Asano to go on this. And one thing real quick. I need to turn this music down. That's much better. Alright, so basically we have to send officers out on, calls and stuff. And basically while they're out, we cannot use them on another case that might pop up. So we have to be sparing with who we send out on missions. Alright, so we've got a report. Offender escaped, officers unharmed. So that didn't work out too well. Report fight. Offender caught. Officers unharmed, civilians unarmed. They go up in prestige as they complete more and more missions. And as you saw with Austin, they can also go down. Our armed robbery, the 3 teenagers armed with a shotgun robbed a videotape store and made off with their whole collection of adult movies. The criminals fled in a car, but the store manager wrote down the car's license plates. The owner is one Janet Brown who lives... Alright. So we'll send Kochi and Tsubaki here. We're sending 2 people because they had a shotgun. Go there. Other people should be back by the time. Alright, and they're back. Fight. Johnson, Jurgen, and Kott's law firm. A brother and sister clash with each other over their deceased father's will. According to one of their lawyers, we don't dare separate them, and our security guard is off duty tonight. Alright, so we're going to send Purdy and Austin. Alright, at the ghetto, we have an assault. A passerby saw some teenagers attack an elderly musician, then run away with his guitar and money. Asano and Price. It recommends 3. I'm sending in all 3. I'm sending all 3. The vehicle in question is parked right outside the Brown residence. The sounds of moaning and loud laughter can be heard through the living room window. Knock on the door, open up, police. Offender caught. Officers unharmed. Alright, they went up in prestige. Awesome. So you can see them leaving and coming back home as well, as you can see out there right now. Our report fight. Offender caught. Officers unharmed. Assault. Offender caught. Good job, everybody. And I think that might be the first day of us, being the police chief. I'd say that's a pretty successful first day. Alright. So, this person went up all the way up to 260. This person went up to 130, 120. Price is at 15 now. Alright, so let's see the other shift. So we got Stovall, who's got 400 pros. Okay. Yeah. Order to work tomorrow. Yeah. Alright. So I think we'll be fine with this. We're looking pretty good on shift A. Alright, we'll end the day.
Used to be when I asked Kendrick to stay late at the office, he liked to grumble and crack wise. Nowadays, he doesn't have the strength for it. Slumped shoulders, blank stare, wrinkled skin. The past few weeks, I don't hardly recognize my old friend. In his younger years, he reminded me of a gallant royal officer in an old Kipling story. Kendrick isn't just crumbling under the weight of the public pressure, but from the shame of it all. Internal Affairs raided the library he inherited from his grandfather, hoping they'd find buckets of cash stashed in the pages. Heard about the look on his face, the fearless policeman standing helpless in horror. I've known Francis for 30 years. The past 20 years he's played loose with the law. And I know that at a certain point, every stolen dollar brings more misery than anything else. Probably sounds crazy, but I sympathize with the guy. What can I do? Your friends are your friends, and these are the waters we swim in.
Called all of the people on that list today. Now they know you're in business, so you could get a call from any of them. You don't need to worry about any of them. I've cleared them all.
And what kind of business are we talking here?
It's nothing too serious, just like you asked. Should be just a few small favors. Payments will vary depending on the situation and who you're dealing with. How much are you looking to earn?
$500,000.
$500,000? Why not a whole million?
Because everybody wants to take $1 million. Figured I'd try something different.
$500,000 in 180 days? Well, you could earn it all above board if you netted all the big fish and hit all your bonuses.
Never knew you for a fisherman.
Well, you never got into my business, and I'm not trying to get into yours. But be careful about bringing in any other cops. Sooner or later, they'll put the finger on you. And one more thing, Jack. I remember what you said, but I should probably add one more name to that list. Christopher Sand.
Sand. Christopher G. Sand. Everyone knows the name, but few could tell you who he is. The old man stays away from the spotlight. Always wears old-fashioned jeans and knitted sweaters. Gives to charity. Rarely attends social events. An avid hunter, I hear. Even dabbles in poetry. You'd never guess he's the head of the oldest and most powerful gang in the city. Goes back as far as his great-grandfather. And Sand is strict about following the old rules. He rarely involves himself in commonplace murders and robberies. Hardly needs to intimidate anyone to get his point across. The people who work for him each have their sphere. They provide protection where needed, even work with the authorities when they want to make a deal. Meanwhile, Sand pulls the strings without getting his hands dirty. People sometimes mistake his quiet approach. A couple years ago, an arms dealer decided to expand its business without asking permission, and his whole family paid the price. In 4 weeks, Sand killed 31 people. Old men, women, even a few teenagers. And Sand's people made sure every paper reported it. Frank, I don't want to hear you say that name again.
Jack, please, listen to me. I'm in with these guys.
We agreed, Frank. That's not the kind of business I'm into. I don't go there. Never have, never will.
Checkpoint, Day 3, July 17th. Francis Kendrick announces retirement date. Construction of Cinema Museum postponed once again. Legendary singer Gennaro Crespo comes to Freeburg. Alright, let's go to work. Let's get our job done, shall we? Yes, we'll come tomorrow. Stripes. I forgot about this system. Oh, damn it. That's not what I meant to do. So, St. John's Cathedral. Vandalism. We received a frightened call from the local cathedral this morning. The abbot discovered that someone entered the old cemetery during the night. The old yard's tombstones are painted with satanic symbols, and some have been broken into pieces. It seems that there are even marks from a shovel, but the abbot wouldn't say no more. Alright, so Maddie, take Birch Jr. with you and see if you can, you know, get that done. Affairs. Labor market. Okay, so we have officers that we can bring in. Interesting. Antonio Lazzarini. Let's hire him for shift B. Okay, so shift B. Just got a pretty good guy. Alright, so vandalism. Businessman Harley Jones, looking out his window, saw two teenagers scratching offensive slogans on his new car. Vandal, Grant, and Birch, why don't you go take this? Let's go see if they can deal with that. Report vandalism. Fender escaped. You guys suck. You guys couldn't take care of that? Seriously? Suspicious individual Eddie's Burgers. A waitress named Demila reports that she just served a chicken Eddie and a Diet Coke to a dangerous criminal. Sorry, excuse me. Who she's seen on television just this morning. Snowball, Asano, take care of it. Alright, report on the vandalism of Fender escape. What are we doing? What are we doing? You guys are embarrassing me. The Rachis had mistaken retired officer Frank Nero for the fugitive in question. I had a feeling. But I felt like I should send out one of our best guys anyway. Mr. Boyd, my bouncer stuffed himself with Mexican food again and now he can't get off the can. Meantime, the line outside the club is stretching around the block. We need someone outside who can tell the cool guys from the punks. Robbins, it seems like a job for you. 150. Probably do a good job with whatever that is. Are we gonna get anything else today? Or is that the last thing?
11.
Got one more. Drug sales. Christopher G. Sands Ice Arena. An anonymous call just came in. A clown carrying balloons at the skating rink is selling crack to teenagers. Stovall, Sano, go ahead and take care of that. Sorry, Chief, but I quit. And one night I pulled in more cash than I earned in a month working at this dump. Mr. Sorkin said he wouldn't mind taking me on. I guess I just wasn't cut out to be a cop. Well, that's rough. Thanks for the help, Mr. Boyd. Yeah, screw yourself.
411 in progress.
Suicide threat. A naked man carrying a canister of gasoline has threatened to set himself on fire unless his favorite chewing gum becomes popular again. Vandal, Samadhi, take care of this. Now that we just lost an officer, we should bring in someone else. Guy Castile, we'll go with her for A shift. I don't know what the backlog is. I don't remember that. Yeah, looks like we're done. We just gotta get a report. As police arrive, a clown is seen making balloon animals for the kids. Um...
1111.
Offender caught. Officers unharmed. Awesome. So they went up in Prestige. I'm not sure if it's actually called Prestige, but that's what I'm going with until told otherwise. Suicide threat. Offender caught. Officers unharmed. Good. They went up in Prestige as well. And that is the end of the day. Alright. Can I tell this girl to take a day off? My god. I think we're good for tomorrow. We have that new guy coming in, hopefully. So I think we're good. Day 4, July 18th. Robespierre to reveal his identity when the time is right. Feminist organization denied official registration. Enemies using feminists to destroy Freeburg. Go to work.
Whenever I'm alone at home and there's a knock at the door, I always hope it'll be my wife, Laura. She's always forgetting her keys.
Hello, my name is Steve, and you're Jack Boyd, is that right?
To get to my front door, the Bible boys walked about a mile from the local bus stop, jumping over mud puddles and skirting a couple of landfills. Laura doesn't go in for religion either. But according to her, these brave lunatics with their fake smiles deserve at least a minute of attention. She patiently listens to them, asks them questions, regales them with pastries, and never once dropping a hint of condescension. When I watch her do it, I've got to admit it gets me. I'd have hugged those boys, sat with them on the porch, and lit up a cigar. But a month after Laura left, all I could do was quietly ask them not to bother me. Today I'm a little rougher still. Shut the door on his nose this time. Another couple weeks at this rate and I'll be greeting anyone who comes close with my service pistol pointed towards the sky, ready to fire my warning shots. In my life, even the basic stuff never goes like it's supposed to. Normally, when a wife is going to leave home, she'll make a scene or at least sit everyone down for a serious conversation. But Laura just disappeared. The children in the stories always stand on the side of the mother, but all three of our sons supported me. The in-laws always blame the husband for making their daughter unhappy. But now Sally, Laura's mother, well, we sort of have a pact. The fellow Laura ran off with is young enough to be her son. I hear he's 30 years old. Of all the possible information a man can know about his wife's lover, I get hit with that. Fortunately, Laura's mother doesn't like the way it sounds either. Sally figures this guy just thought he'd have some fun with a mature woman, but he'll be back chasing college girls before the year is out. So we have an agreement. Sally's gonna track down Laura and try to reason with her, and we'll arrange a meeting. Meanwhile, I'm supposed to not do anything stupid, which of course means anything at all. It's a crazy situation. I'm the police chief, and the person I'm trusting to find my wife is an old woman armed with a phone book. But I can't afford to lose Sally as an ally. So for the moment, I had to swallow my pride.
Hello.
Mrs. Markham, this is Boyd.
Oh, is there any news?
That's what I wanted to ask you. Have you found anything? An address, phone number? Have you spoken to her?
Don't worry, Jack. I've narrowed the range to 2 suspects, or whatever you like to say at your police building.
At my police building, we find people faster than a funny old woman chirping on the phone with my wife's girlfriends.
Oh, you're an old man, Jack. Come to your senses. They'd give us straight odds on the street. But I've got more energy, Jack. Maybe you think I'm a foolish old woman, but I go to my book club, argue with the girls about Byron, and it gives me energy. I talk to my dogs, and it gives me energy. And you have nothing, Jack. You don't even have a hobby. You got no passion. It's why Laura left you.
Let's not go back into that, Sally. Find my wife, and we can discuss my hobbies later. I'm waiting for your call, and my patience is running thin. Laura, if you've stopped loving me, I'll let you go. I can't expect the impossible from you. Just don't let me die out here, okay?
That's rough, buddy. Damn, you know, I felt bad for saying that one. Alright! Asano didn't come into work today. That's good with me. I was up all night reading in a... No. Yes. Alright, so we got some stripes. Definitely gotta get you one. You were doing some great work. Same with you. Alright, so we got some two pretty good cops here on Shift B. This guy looks like a character. Alright, let's start the day. You wrote that one, I guess. God, I hope these aren't copyrighted. Alright.
12, progress.
City Hall parking lot. Destruction of property. A member of the city's cleaning crew saw an elderly man approaching some expensive cars in the parking lot, carrying a long iron rod. The whole street could hear him shouting, "Bastards, thieves, bloodsuckers!" Alright, Tsubaki, take Roy out and take care of this. A homicide! So here's where we get into the detective stuff. We're obviously going to have Mole working on this. Alright, so a black activist, Ronnie Moore, was found shot outside his home. Alright, so we're going to have Mole as a lead detective, and then we're going to have DeBrito and Armstrong helping her out. City Hall, fire all black cops. A racist gang has recently made some trouble in the city. They're capturing black townspeople and beating them to death. They recently sent a message to a local radio station promising to kill all black doctors, firemen, and police. We don't need any more dead police, especially not mere months before the election. The racists are gaining more and more followers, and even some of our citizens support them. You have to fire all your black employees over the next 2 days due to mounting racial tensions. I'm not gonna do that. You can just go screw yourself. And a sandstorm. Are we on B or A? I think we're on B. So, A probably needs another detective. Yeah, I'm not firing any of my black employees. It's retarded.
Progress.
Alright, carjacking. A gas station surveillance camera recorded a car that's on the stolen vehicles list. Alright, Yancey, Purdy, Lazzarini, and Austin, why don't you go take care of this?
12, complete.
Destruction of property. Offender escaped, officers unharmed. Damn it, Tsubaki. Investigation has started. Eric ran a drunk witness. They drove by in a sedan and they shot like a machine gun. I didn't see much. Clayton, Glenn Clayton neighbor, I only heard a few muffled shots. He got what he deserved. He's been causing trouble for a long time, and recently there's been a lot of cursing and carrying on. I don't remember the car in the neighborhood was quiet. I never heard any shots. The police these days don't do anything. I almost died myself. I went to buy some medicine and was nearly hit by some idiot's car. Okay. Got anything else?
Looks like we have a situation.
Driver is nowhere to be seen. Search the car.
113
Alright, the offender was cop. Officer's unharmed. Awesome. Suspicious individual. Corey Ramsey, mother of several children, has expressed her concerns about a suspicious man wearing bifocals seated on a bench beside a playground. He's been watching the children for over an hour and has taken several photographs of them. Kochi and Tsubaki, take care of this. Let's hope that's a misunderstanding.
complete.
Offender caught. Officers unharmed. Awesome. Mr. Boyd, I'm opening Freeburg's first martial arts clip, and for my first exhibition, I want to hold a sparring match where one of my students takes on your toughest cop. After the fight, I'll teach your man a few new tricks, something that will help him out on the streets. Okay. How about you take in the rookie? Give him a few tips. Alright, you've got 3 new frames. Alright. I'm trying to think. I think that's right. Because I think that's right.
311A in progress.
Kevin's throat bar. A bartender reports that a couple dancers started fighting over tips and a cat fight broke out on stage. Alright, Kochi, Tsubaki, and Austin, why don't you go take care of this?
311A in progress.
Fight, Octopus Restaurant. A bartender reported that a fight was broken out between a patron and the bar's bouncer. The man, apparently drunk, had climbed onto the stage while a local singer was performing and tried to sing a duet with her. Yancey, take Roy, and take care of this. Can I fire people, by the way? Chief, I just about nailed the jab couple times, but he was too fast for me and won on points. I don't really understand all their rules, so I can't keep track of points very well, but he was alright. He even showed me a few tricks after the match. I got carried away a little. Put my back thing to take the day off. Yeah. Whoa! He was at 120, now he's at 240 prestige. Big time upgrade. Perfectly okay with that. Perfectly okay with that.
Officer on scene. Looks like we have a
On the
situation.
stage are 2 strippers going at it, and it's gone beyond arguing to a full-on cat fight. The bouncer's fast asleep, clearly too wasted to handle the situation. The drunken patrons are happily watching the fight. Listen, girls, cut the crap, or this is going to get serious. Strippers continue fighting, oblivious of the police percent. Alright,
311A complete.
Offender caught. Officers unharmed. They all 3 of them go up in prestige. Good job.
311A complete.
Offender caught. Officers unharmed. Roy went up in prestige, and so did Yancey. Good. And that is the end of the day. Alright. This is Shift A. Birch Jr. Alright, we're definitely Could you come to work tomorrow, please, Austin? Thank you. End the day. Alright guys, this is where we're going to leave the first episode of our This Is the Police Let's Play. If you guys did enjoy, make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. I got more This Is the Police videos coming your way. And we also have a Arcade Paradise series coming soon as well. So make sure to check that out when it comes out. Anyways, I'll see you next episode. I am out. Peace, guys.